back to my channel. This week we're going to be doing a couple of quick, easy, but very impactful updates to the house. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more of my videos. We're going to have some extra videos out during the holiday season, so you don't want to miss those. And we're going to get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing in our home updates, we're going to be doing 2 home updates this week. The first one's going to be in the kitchen, and we're going to be updating my calendar right here. I'm someone that always has to have a calendar. I'm a big list person. I write tons of notes, and I like to cross things off. As I accomplish them, it makes me feel like I'm getting a lot done, and it's just kind of how I've always done it. So I have always had a paper calendar. It's one of those things where I write everything on it, but I have to be home to physically like check and see what's on my calendar. We're going to be swapping that out this week, and we're going to be replacing the paper calendar with a digital calendar. I'm super excited to do that because it's going to update the space, make it look cleaner, nicer, and just kind of like go with the vibe of the kitchen since we made it over. But it's also going to be just really helpful for me and Matt and the way that we operate to make sure that we know what we need to do on a daily basis. This week we're going to be partnering with the brand Apolosign, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring this week's video. And we're going to be swapping out our paper calendar with one of their digital calendars. These are super cool because they are really helpful with organizing your day-to-day plans, making lists, grocery lists, accomplishing tasks, and they also work as a picture frame. So they have tons of features that are really helpful in just making your day more efficient and streamlining things, but they're especially helpful for coordinating with other people. If you have a family and kids, this helps to kind of organize everyone's plans in one place. If you are in a relationship with someone, or like with us with Nala, she has a lot of appointments, so we're able to kind of keep track of all of those things. Or even if you live in a house with a roommate, then you'll be able to know where the other person is, whose responsibilities are what each week if you split up chores, all that kind of stuff. It's also going to be really nice to have one consistent calendar because I won't have to buy a new paper calendar every year, spend the money on that, and also like use paper that doesn't need to be used. We're gonna go ahead and mount the Apolosign calendar to the wall, and it looks like it's pretty simple to do. You do put it in with anchors and all of that, but it comes with everything that you need, and they have a little template that you put on the wall so you can screw through the holes on the template just to make everything a little bit easier with matching it up. Hopefully that will go well. We know that the walls in this house are hit or miss. We'll see how the anchors go in, but we're going to be putting it right here. It's about the same size as this calendar, so it's going to fit really nicely, and then we'll be able to set up some of the features and see how it works. Okay, so we got our base plate up and it's super sturdy. I definitely feel very confident about the Apolosign calendar staying up here, especially if you're worried at all about it being hung on the wall and using the touchscreen and having it move around, or if you have kids that could be using the touchscreen or playing near it. It's definitely not going to fall. It's super secure. This base plate is also magnetic, so it's going to help to guide the calendar into place. It's going to even further lock into place with these little hooks right here. We're going to go ahead and grab our calendar and pop it into place so that we can plug it in and start to see some of the features that it has. Okay, so if you're hanging it vertically like me, you're going to want the little oval to be right here. And this is also the side with your power switch and your volume. That's all going to be on the right. And the little oval guy is going to be at the top. So it makes it super easy. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of like slide this little track into place, and then it'll be up. Okay, so we got our wall calendar up. We're gonna go ahead and set it up so I can show you guys some of the really cool things that it can do. One of the things that I'm most excited about with this wall calendar is that it's not just a calendar. So instead of just having the paper calendar here and that's all that it does, this one does so much more, and it's gonna be able to replace so many things in your home so that you can reduce clutter, not use as much. It's also eco-friendly. It also connects with your Google account if you have one, so that you're able to just kind of sync your calendar straight from your phone. For us, I can put my calendar here and Matt can also sync his calendar, so everything's in one place. And then we can organize it by color coding and all different kinds of things like that. So we know whose activities are what, who needs to be doing what each day. Really just make it super simple to know our day-to-day tasks. So I'm really excited to get it set up, and we're gonna get going. Okay, so we have our wall calendar all set up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the things that it's able to do. It has a lot of really cool features. One of the best things about this wall calendar in particular is that it has a dual mode, which means that you can either choose to have it be just a calendar, task planner, organizer, or you can have it really kind of function like a tablet and use all of the Android features, download apps from the Google Play Store. You can have games, really anything that you could put onto an Android phone or tablet, you could put on here. You can do either one of those, and that makes it really different from the other digital calendars on the market because most of them only function as a calendar and nothing else. One of my favorite things about this wall calendar in particular is that you can change the background to be quite a few different things, but you can set it to be a photo from either your camera roll or your Google photo. So I set mine to be a photo from my camera roll, and it just kind of exists as the wallpaper. Because they offer two different kinds of frames, you can choose this wood frame like I did, and it really just kind of looks like a photo on your wall, like a piece of art, which makes it very pleasing to like your home decor and keeping up your aesthetic, but still really functional. Let me show you some of the different options for backgrounds and what you could do with it. Okay, so if we go to the main page and we click on the screensaver app, you can also find this through the settings. You'll find all of the different things that you're able to put as your background. You could either put it as a scene, you could choose a picture like I did, just your clock. You can also put the dashboard that you set up. You could put the Apolosign calendar, which means that you have all of your organizational tools right there, super streamlined and neat. So it would have your calendar, your to-do list, your chores chart, whatever it is that you want to feature. Or you can put your Google Calendar or Google Photos. So it has a lot of different options. And if you want to do Google Photos, you can have it rotate through in whatever interval you want. So it's kind of like digital picture frame as well. One of the really cool things about the Apolosign digital calendar is that you can actually choose how you want the calendar to look. So you can go between Android mode and calendar mode. I'm using Android mode, but if you want to switch to calendar mode, it's going to be a lot more streamlined and simplified, and it's just going to be the organizational tools that you need for day-to-day activities. So that's going to be a simpler version. If you want to do Android mode, you can do literally everything that you can do on an Android phone or tablet on your Apolosign calendar. This is actually one of the only calendars on the market that offers both a calendar and an Android display, so that you can choose between the two and you can bounce back and forth if you want to. And it saves whatever settings you set up, so if you want to flip back and forth between the two, you're not going to lose all of the things that you set up by doing that. Another feature that I really love on the Apolosign calendar is that it has routines that you can set up. So if you do certain things every week or every month, you're able to put that into your routines and have it remind you and make it really easy for you to remember those tasks. And especially if you have kids or if you split up chores within your household, you can put all of those on your routines so that everybody knows what they need to do and you don't have to give reminders. I have a few routines set up already. These are the ones that we have going for today. You'll see that some of them have to do with like my DIYs, filming my videos, things like that. But I also have things like just cleaning the kitchen, taking out the trash, doing laundry. We have Nala's doctor appointment every other week, so that's in here. And then also some fun things like being able to do my workouts every day, going for an evening walk. Those are things that we try to accomplish each day, and so putting them in the routines is a really good reminder and keeps us on track for that. You can assign each routine to an individual person in your household. So we split up the routines between me and Matt. Sometimes they apply to both of us, so we can put both of our names for that and it'll show up on both of our lists. And the routines actually connect to the reward system on Apolosign, which is really cool because it's able to give points to every activity that you do and every routine that you accomplish, and you can choose how many points each thing has. Like for cleaning the kitchen, I gave myself 5 points, so when I accomplish that, I'll get 5 points, and that is going to go into our point system in the rewards right over here. And as you check things off of your list, you get points added to your little point bank here, and you can redeem them for different rewards and activities that you get to choose and set up. So these are the rewards that I have set up, and Matt can go in and add his rewards, but these are the ones for me. So I have some fun things like being able to get iced coffee or a movie night and things like that, but my favorite is for 100 points. I have a Matt only cleaning day where I get to just chill and do nothing and he gets to clean. That definitely motivates me to get 100 points and use it for that probably every time. It also has a spin the wheel feature, and you can tell it how many points it takes to spin the wheel. So I set it for 100. So if I have 100 points and I want to spin the wheel, then I can win one of the prizes, which would be any of the things that you have set out as a reward for yourself. It's really, really convenient. It's super motivating. It's really helpful for getting kids to do their chores and their homework and things like that. But I also just really enjoy it for myself because it's something that while I'm checking things off my to-do list, I know that I'm going to be able to move towards a little reward and have a goal that I'm trying to reach. And another great thing about the Apolosign calendar is that you do not have to pay for a subscription or a membership to the app. It's completely free, and you get all of these features just by having the calendar, which is another thing that's really unique about this specific calendar because most of the ones on the market have some kind of subscription that you have to join. It's just one of those things where like it kind of just keeps adding up, but we don't have that with this calendar. It's all included. You also have the to-do list section, which is where you can make all of your different kinds of lists. Comes preset with a to-do list and a grocery list. I always like keep a grocery list going so that we know what we need, what we're out of, all that kind of stuff. So you could just kind of put it on here and then have it with you when you're at the grocery store through the Apolosign app. If you're working in the Android mode like I am, you'll have a few different calendar options that you can work with. This is the Apolosign app calendar. This one is the one that it's kind of designed to work with, so it's really convenient. It connects to your phone and your Google account, so if you have like a family calendar, you can put that on here and put each person's individual tasks under their name and a certain color so that you know who's doing what. You could also put your individual calendars like we did. This is my calendar and then this is Matt's calendar. So there's nothing on it right now because it's the end of the day, so we've already done everything and we have everything color coded so we know who is doing what. You can also use your Google Calendar, and so this is my Google Calendar from today, so those are all the things that I've already done today. You would be able to add to it just like you would a Google Calendar on your phone, or you can add to it on your phone and it'll show up here. Those are the two options that you have kind of like preset on the Apolosign calendar when you get it. You could also add other apps if you wanted to. If there's an organization app that you like in particular, you can get any app that you want through the Google Play Store and really customize this to fit your needs and your style. Another really cool feature is that it does have Google Assistant, so it's completely voice controlled if you want it to be, and it's obviously also a touchscreen. So for example, okay Google, give me a vegetarian taco recipe.
Try sweet potato and black bean tacos.
So you can ask it really anything you want. You could ask the weather, directions, restaurant recommendations, recipe recommendations, anything that you would ask any other smart speaker in your home, it's going to be able to do. And then on top of that, you also have Google Gemini, which is kind of like your AI assistant. So you could do tons of different things with that as well. I'm super, super happy with it. I think it's going to really make things a lot easier for us, really kind of like simplify the way that our household runs and keep Matt and I in the loop on what the other person's doing and what we need to accomplish each day, especially because we both work from home. So that kind of helps, like if I'm in meetings, he knows when my meetings are so that he doesn't come into the room and things like that. It did take a little bit of time and messing around with it to figure out how to set up the Android mode, especially because I have never had an Android. I have all Apple products, so I had to kind of like play around and figure out what apps it needed, how to set things up on an Android in particular. But like any piece of technology that's new, once you get it all set up and set to your preferences and really kind of like customize your homepage to fit your needs, it's going to make everything a million times easier. So I'm really excited to keep using it and play around with it some more. I think it's going to be a really wonderful tool for us to have, and it's also just very pretty and a really pretty decor piece in your home. If you're interested in checking out Apolosign and getting one of their digital calendars or any of their other products that they have available, they have a lot of really cool, useful tools for your household and for your family, then I will link all of their information in the description box below so that you guys can check them out. I would highly recommend them. I think they really help to keep you organized and on track and just take one more thing off your plate so that you don't have to worry about it. Now that we have our Apolosign digital calendar all set up and ready to go for us to use, we're going to go ahead and go into our hallway, and we're going to do a little update to the space to get the space looking a little bit more like I'm hoping it will look when we have our end result. Okay, the next thing that we're going to be doing is getting rid of this old AC thermostat. So this is the original one to the house. It's been here forever. We've since gotten a new AC unit and we have like a modern thermostat to go with it. This one just isn't cute. It has no purpose. It literally doesn't work. It's not connected to anything. And as you guys know, I'm on a journey of slowly making over this hallway space bit by bit. We're going to take on this very small project to make a really big difference in the space. For me personally, I think getting rid of this thermostat will have a really big impact because I don't enjoy seeing it, and I think it really kind of pulls your eye and it takes away from the things that I'm doing in here to make over the space. I want to remove this. I'm going to take this entire thing off. I don't know what is underneath it or what the state of the wall is. I also don't have this color paint to be able to patch anything that's under there. I want to cover it with a little photo here when we're done, and that was always my plan, was to put a little picture here. Originally I thought that I could put like a box over this, but I think we can just take it off. And I'm not super concerned about what it looks like under the picture because I do plan on like repainting this space, so this color isn't going to stay, and when we do that we'll be able to patch and paint anything that's going on underneath here. We're just going to kind of cover it up for now, and we'll deal with it later when we do the walls in the makeover. Okay, so we have it removed, and as you can see, there is like a little crater in there that I guess they accidentally tore out part of the wall and then just decided to leave it like that. So obviously that's going to need to get patched at some point. I'm not going to do it right now, if I'm being totally honest. I'm going to do it when I do the walls in this space because I'm going to be doing like multiple things to them when I get to that point. What we're going to do is Matt is going to detach this thermostat and cap off all the wires so that they're safe and not going to be like dangerous at all to have exposed. That's not something that I'm good at, but he does that stuff with his car all the time, so he's very familiar with wiring and electrical work. So I feel really comfortable with him doing that. Again, this isn't even like an active thermostat, no power is going to it. And then once he's done that, we're going to go ahead and put a little picture over this like I had always planned to, but now it's going to be covering this little hole. Then we'll have this thermostat removed and something cute there in its place. So I think it'll be really good. I think it's going to look really nice. You really won't know that that little hole is there, but I do plan to fix it when I get to the point of making over the walls in this space, and I already have all the materials to do it, so it should be really simple. So I'm going to go ahead and let Matt work his magic, and then we'll come back to hang our little picture.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn.
Alright guys, well that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed doing some little home updates with me and installing my new digital calendar and getting rid of that super old thermostat so that we can have some pretty spaces in the home and swap out some of the things that are a little bit more dated, just making our day run smoother so that we can have as little stress and distraction and interruption to the things that really matter to us each day. And that's something that I'm always trying to incorporate into our house. I want it to feel really peaceful and cozy and welcoming and have that through the aesthetic and the vibe of the space. But also I really like to think about the decor, what is going to give me that feeling but still be really functional, make our lives easier. A big thank you to Apolosign for sending me their digital calendar and sponsoring this week's video. I absolutely love the calendar. I would highly recommend it if you are someone that is looking to add more organization to your day, if you like a routine and structure. This is definitely for you, and if that's something that you are aspiring to have in your life, this can definitely help you get to that point. Definitely check them out. I'll put all their information in the description box below. It would be a great Christmas gift and a great gift to give to yourself for the new year so that we can start off on a good foot. Hope that you enjoyed this week's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of my videos. I put out new videos every Sunday. We're going to have some bonus videos coming up, so make sure that you check back with the channel and turn those notifications on so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on Sunday.
I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment.